Well, IDW Publishing actually picked up something that it looks like they got a rare W for them. And I'm a little surprised because I saw this because, of course, Heather Antos was bragging about it. She is the lead of licensing at IDW and has utterly destroyed Star Trek. I mean, it's just really sad what's gone on with my Star Trek comic books. I have every Star Trek comic book in existence, and this fan fiction they've been putting out is atrocious. It's finally actually coming to an end. They're ending their little like verse, IDW verse, which has just been so bad. Christopher can't write well, and Jackson Lansing and Colin Kelly, the kiss of death of comic books these guys have been putting out there. And finally, that's going by the wayside, and they're just going to focus on things like Lower Decks adaptations and things like that to just kind of push along the current crop of Kurtzman slop. But yes, she has picked up something new, a new property. Might surprise you. And actually, this is the first time I've seen this. I will give credit where credit's due. I don't just say this is not a birthday party clown channel. I don't just say negative things, just say negative things. She actually picked up some pretty good writers and pretty good creators for this first batch, at least. We'll see. I think what happens now, and I think this is following the Hollywood pattern, where you've noticed that like in new Star Wars shows and Marvel shows, etc., they kind of like try to lure you in with some good content to start, and then they go woke in like episode number 3 or 4 and just go off the rails. I kind of assume that's what's going to happen here, but we'll see what happens as we get into this in just a moment. Please hit the like and subscribe button. Yes, I haven't even told you. Yes. I'm building the suspense, right? That's why I'm a good writer, and this is what you should do. You should check out my comic books because of this. I have independent comic books, guys. I have a Substack now, which I'm posting Flying Sparks up on one page at a time for now. I'm going to add more content, probably add some of my exclusive comics from like Subscribestar and the like on a paid level. But for now, you can read all of these comics for free as I build out this universe in another spot. What I saw is like what's succeeding these days is Webtoon, Tapas, etc. And I figured, you know what? It's time for us to like really get on the ball with the web comics and the like. And so you get a whole page every single day on Substack directly to you as the story builds. We're on issue 2. We just launched this now and finished up issue 1 last week. I did a whole commentary video which really goes over the depth of issue 1 and everything that we put into this that I've never done anything like this before for paid subscribers as well. So we're building up a beautiful comic universe. Get on Substack. It's free. It's in the description below, guys. Thanks. We're getting about 100 subs now. 1 week. We built this pretty quickly, all because of viewers like you who love comics. I appreciate you being there. There's going to be fantasy comics, sci-fi comics. Everything's going to be coming down the pipeline. Good stuff for you. So let's check out what we got here. And this is the big drop that came through this. Twilight Zone's going to get a black and white anthology comic. See an exclusive first look. Now, black and white's pretty interesting right there because it says, oh, we're not going to have to pay colorists for this. That's the real reason they're doing it. They're trying to say it's a thematic thing, of course. And as you can see, they've got a 5-issue order. So this is going to be a 5-issue thing, and if it's a success, they're going to do more. Like I said, this is actually a win for IDW. I'm pretty surprised. Heather picked up the Twilight Zone, obviously, as a licensed property. She's the head of licensed properties, and started bragging about this out there. I'm like, oh no, who's going to be writing the Twilight Zone? This is going to be a massive problem. That's my first thought. But then when I saw the article here, I'm like, wow, there's actually some decent talent on here. And that's surprising to me. This might actually be a comic that is worth reading coming out of IDW. Maybe they've given directives at the corporation because there's been massive problems there. There's been huge layoffs. A large percentage of their staff got laid off last year. Things have not been good for the company. Of course, Diamond Distribution caused even more problems for IDW. Maybe they're going to start getting on track here because they're going to be forced to to keep her job or something like that. We'll see what happens. So this is what's going. They've got a collaboration with Paramount to announce a new imprint. This is, of course, because Paramount is working with them already through Star Trek and the like, so they already have that relationship built in. So through IDW Dark, some of Hollywood Studios' horror franchises will enter the comic book space. And here we are. Twilight Zone is getting an anthology comic that will be rendered in black and white as a nod to the original TV show. And because it's lower budget, then that's it. While the plans are going to be for additional issues, the initial order is 5 issues. So we'll see how this goes on this. Each one is a complete standalone tale from various storytellers. I think that's a good idea. I think it's great to do this kind of thing with the Twilight Zone brand, and I think this is here. Dan Watters is writing the first issue. Now, Dan Watters has actually done pretty good work at DC Comics lately. He's been one of the ones who's actually been writing consistent, okay work, which has been something different. And I'm like, wow, this is pretty interesting. And you've got Morgan Beam doing the art, who's actually a pretty good artist as well. This works very, very well for the Twilight Zone film right here, or at least the style, rather. And this works pretty well. This first issue, at the very least, I think probably has something to it and actually could be pretty good. Now they've got some more folk, of course, who they've gotten on it, which I've got right here. We've got Tom Scioli on issue 2. Now Tom Scioli did a beautiful Jack Kirby homage book, and so he actually knows his classic stuff. This is his Jack Kirby, the King of Comics. If you haven't read this is a really good comic right here, which I highly recommend. And so he went through, and as you could see, he's got a pretty cool art style, which I think works really well with a Twilight Zone-y type of thing. And he did this historical book on Jack Kirby really, really well. Another good pickup for his second issue, too. Now, let's get into James Stocco on issue 3. What do we got for this? Look at this. This is a pretty good look for a horror anthology. He's done some decent stuff. This book right here, Orc Stain, was pretty decent as well in the independent side of things. So I'm just like, wow, the first 3 issues going pretty good. What do we got? Nate Powell for issue number 4. Have you noticed something here? We've got a bunch of white males. Uh-oh, chat. This is some crazy stuff, but some indie work again. And again, it looks like his style works pretty well with a Twilight Zone sort of horror sort of deal. And then we have Francisco Francevala for issue 5 right here. And you look, he did Black Man Dark Mirror, and so that's pretty cool stuff. He worked on the Joker with James Tynion, who pretty good, again, pretty good stuff right here. And so these guys are some solid creators for these first 5 issues, and I don't see any weird identity politics sort of things, but maybe for the next installment they'll try to slip those in. Knowing IDW, I'm not going to hold up too much hope, but this is a pretty solid start for what would be something I would not even pay attention to generally. IDW with a big win here, picking up Twilight Zone and actually putting some good creators on it. I got to give some props where they're due. Oh my gosh, I hate doing it, guys, but I have to do it. I have to be honest here because you trust my journalism. All right. Thank you, guys. Leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Please hit the like and subscribe button. Definitely sign up for my Substack where I'm putting up some great comics every single day. In the description below, absolutely free for you to read. Thanks, guys, for being here. We'll be back soon.